beautiful day. We're out here looking at the skyline from Brooklyn while I give you this commentary on what is that's the Brooklyn courthouses over these. Well, I'm giving you this commentary on what just happened. I'm not sure what day we're on. I'm not 100% sure what day we're on. But what just happened in the Diddy trial? First of all, Jane Doe, she took the stand today. Jane Doe, she's going by Jane Doe because they don't want her name in the transcript. And as far as I can tell, I think this is 50 Cent's baby mama. I think that's who I think this is. So real quick, before I tell you exactly what happened in the courtroom, remember 50 Cent had called her a prostitute at one point, and then she tried to sue him because they're going over some court stuff with their kid, and then she tried to like sue him civilly for calling her a prostitute, and then apparently she backed down off of that claim. So I'm guessing he was going to win that in court also. So in court today, just so we could be clear, a couple of things happened. First thing is, it sounded more to me like what she was saying is that she was a high-priced escort. I don't even know if you want to call it a high-priced escort, but that's what we're going to call her. It sounded more like that's what she was doing. So very interesting way that the prosecution decided that they were going to go about this. And one of the ways was they just put out everything in the front before the defense will have the opportunity to throw it in their faces. So one of the things that they put in the front was, just so we could be clear, just like with Cassie's situation, and I'm mentioning this first for a reason, is that the individuals who she would go and sleep with, she also contacted them and told them to come over. So this was not a situation where Diddy was contacting anyone. And the reason why I wanted to say this initially is because at the end of one of these rendezvous, there's a guy, is Tone or some shit. Anyway, at the end of one of these is Tone. At the end of one of these rendezvous, I found it interesting that she paid him. That she basically was like, I'm gonna pay you. This wasn't a situation where Diddy paid anybody anything. This is a situation where the monies was given to her, apparently not even from Diddy. The monies was given to her by Diddy's managers, or his not managers, his when people helping you and shit. Anyway, so Diddy's team gave her the money, and then she disseminated the money to the people who showed up and banged her. So I think this is just another way that Diddy insulated himself from the situation. If we are to say that he's guilty of anything of any way, shape, or form, he was never the person that was paying. Remember, this is the same thing that Cassie said. Cassie said she was told to call people. She was told to hook up the engagements. And then she also was the one that paid the individuals. So with that being said, what that does is that once again, that insulates Diddy. And this is the reason why they want to make it a RICO. Because Diddy didn't pay anybody. So since Diddy didn't pay anybody, he can't be charged for the direct crime. So therefore, it has to be a RICO. And this is the thing about it. They also have to give the people some kind of autonomy from the crime, or they will have to prosecute them. These people are not on the list as defendants. So this is just this really slicks over here. So in order to get around Diddy insulating himself in the manner in which he did, what they're basically saying is that this is a RICO case. And the reason why they made it a RICO was because there was no other way for them to go after Diddy, because Diddy didn't pay anybody. The women paid all of the people. Very slick by the prosecution, very slick by Diddy. And that's one way to get around this. So that's one thing that happened. I thought that was really interesting. But there's another thing that I found extremely interesting also. We did have no notes today. I'm going off of the head. If I had notes, obviously, I'd be a little bit more descriptive. So there was a fight that happened between her and Diddy. Jane Doe, who I believe is the baby mama of 50 Cent, there was a fight that happened between her and Diddy. First thing I want to tell you is, before anybody starts throwing anything around, she hit Diddy first. She admitted that Diddy like bent over like to tie his laces, or at least that's the type of bending over he was doing. I'm laughing because he might have been bending over for a different reason. And then she shoved his head into the marble in the kitchen. It was like a marble counter, and she shoved his head into the marble counter, and then after that he attacked her. So it's however you want to take that. A lot of people are probably going to take it as she instigated the situation because she attacked Diddy first, and then he responded. And then basically, and then she was like, she tried to make it sound like it was 2 different times Diddy beat on her. I'll tell you how real quick. So she initially said he punched her up, punched her in the face or whatever. And then she said, oh, I went to go get away, and then I went outside and I laid in the yard and I balled up in a ball. And then the prosecution asked a couple of more questions. And then the prosecution asked why she went out into the yard. No, pardon me. Then the prosecution asked, when she was out in the yard, what did Diddy do? And at that point, she said, well, Diddy was punching and hitting her. But if you listen to the way she told the story and you go without the breaks that they did, where they spoke about a couple of different things for a couple of moments, what it sounds like is, just being honest with you, it sounds like she rammed Diddy's head into the cabinet, into the counter. Diddy then started hitting her. She ran into the outside, and then he continued to beat her up. But this is the wild part about this whole entire altercation. She never told this to the prosecution. She told this to the defense first. Okay, so real quick. So when you're going to be a witness, the prosecution is going to call you, but the prosecution has to give the witness list to the defense so the defense can interview the witnesses if possible, or basically be prepared for court. So she met with the prosecutors multiple times, did not tell them this story, but she told this story when she met the defense team. And then after she told the story when she met the defense team, she then went and told the story to the prosecution. So what I'm assuming is this: as bad as this story might sound at what Diddy was doing, there's some things that went on that night that she does not want, or the prosecution might not want to come to light because it might favor Diddy. So that's the way I'm looking at the particular situation, because it doesn't make any sense for her to have told this to the prosecution, the defense first, instead of the prosecution. Now, also with that being said, I am not necessarily under the impression from her testimony that she is entirely wanting Diddy to go to prison or jail or get in trouble. And another reason why I say that is she admitted on the stand that Diddy still pays her rent. Diddy still pays for everything that he was paying for prior to the situation transpiring, as far as him getting arrested. There's a lot more going. I'm just trying to go through the tidbits of it real quick. We probably do another live a little bit later tonight. I'm just trying to go through the tidbits real quick, put y'all on to some of the things that was said in court that I'm pretty sure other people are not even covering, because I'm just going to be honest with you. The little bit that I've heard about the trial, I don't think they're covering the case for what's happening in the trial. I think they're covering the gossipy parts. I don't think they're actually, well, all due respect, I'm not trying to throw shit at nobody. We don't necessarily have a gossip channel over here, but often when we're covering these topics, we talk about gossipy things. So I would assume that it's the same way with the gossip channels. When they talk about gossip that has courts involved in it, you know, they're a gossip channel and they're most likely doing well. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I've watched daytime soaps before, so I'm not. It's the same damn thing. I used to watch All My Children like a mug. I'm gonna put you on the game. In any regard, so you have this lady on the stand that, in all honesty, it does not look to me like she is anti-Diddy. She does not. She looks like she is still on Diddy's team. It does look like a lot of the things that she has to talk about troubles her, but I don't think she's on Diddy's team for any other reason than what 50 Cent had previously said. You know, 50 Cent said she was money grubbing. I'm not saying that she is. I don't know her. But it sounds like as long as she was getting the monies that she was supposed to be getting and the trips on vacation that the other girls was getting, that she was happy with the setup. That's what it sounded like. That's the impression in which I received. I don't know how well this helped the case against Diddy. But I do find something interesting. Remember in the midday live, I was like, yo, what they need, unless Diddy had said that he was going to release video of her, you know, there is no crime that was committed. Like, then, you know, there's no proof that she didn't do this under her own volition. You want to know the first thing they talked about when they came back to court? The first thing they talked about was how Diddy threatened her with the damn videotapes. The first thing they asked her. I'm telling y'all, they watch our page, fam. I don't care if there's 3 people in here. One of those 3 people is from that damn courtroom. I promise you. Fam, I ain't gotta lie. The first thing that I heard them talking about when I got back from lunch and got into the courtroom was basically how Diddy had threatened to release some of the videos. And I'm about to tell you how real it is. Some of the videos that he had taken of her. Now, earlier, there was another dude that was a part of this whole sex thing that they was doing. And the Jane Doe, that's what we calling her, had said that he had contacted her. Pardon me, he had contacted her and told her that he had a video of him and her. And his excuse was, one day when they was doing what they was doing, Diddy picked up the wrong phone. And the phone he filmed with was the guy's phone instead of being the phone which was his phone. Pardon me. It wasn't his phone. It was the phone that the guy was, the guy's phone. So that's how he allegedly got the video. I'm going to tell y'all what I think happened. Now, this is the gossipy part, I guess. But this is what I think happened. They were going through a alleged breakup at that time. And I need for you to understand that Diddy cannot break up with any of these women because he's committing crimes against them. Okay? So he cannot break up with any of these women. Okay? So she was about to bounce on him, or whatever the case was, and was about to do a different thing. All of a sudden, this guy contacts her and says that he needs $10,000. Guess how much money Diddy pays to her a month? $10,000. So she was like, okay, I'm going to try to get the money. She ends up and goes away. I think sicked that dude on her in order to create a situation to draw her back to him. That's a strong move that narcissists do. Like, narcissists will go have a situation happen that will cause, that they believe will cause for you to ask for their help. And then when you ask for their help, now they're back in good with you, and now you need them. I'm gonna read some comments real quick. Ty Church, what's up, my brother? I haven't seen you in a while. He says, what's up, bro? Chilling. Ronnie Morning Coffee RMC says, what up, though? You been Jack? Chilling. KBZ says, what's up, Jack? KBZ then asks the question, says, oh, that's why he still pays old girl rent. Yes, but I think it's deeper than that. He still pays. I think there's something deeper to that also. I think there's more to it. But yes, I would assume every female that has not currently turned on him, that he's had those type of situations with, he's still paying rent. So check this out. So she started doing her OnlyFans. So there was a dude that she said named Bear that had been giving her money and taking care of her. I'm assuming she met the Bear guy off of OnlyFans. And 9 times out of 10, she was sending him private videos. This is just me just guessing. Diddy, now this is factual stuff. Diddy found out about the Bear guy and immediately caught feelings. See, this is the thing about narcissists. The only thing they care about is having control over you. They cannot lose control over you. If anybody threatens that control over you, then they lose their damn minds. So I've only been to court one day. I've only been to court one day, fam. Only been to court one day. Only been to court one day. But from what I hear, I don't see nothing too solid from this one day. The way it looks, and I heard the prosecution talking to her, not even the defense, but the way it looks is like she was complicit. That's the way it looks. I'm not saying she was. I'm just saying that's the way it looks. It looks like she was complicit. It looks like she was part of whatever they was doing over there. You know? Because an argument can be made. He's paying your rent. He's giving you X amount of dollars. He's also allegedly giving you the money to pay to these people. So what part of this was all Diddy and not you? That's a good argument that could be made. At any time, you could have just left at home and went out on your own. At any time. You chose to stay. So I don't think the prosecution made a good enough argument, and because they arrested this witness, they're not asking no more stuff to this witness. Maybe through court, maybe through if they need to rebuttal or something, but they're not asking anything else to this witness. They closed this witness out. So I'm assuming that the idea that the prosecution has to be that she was under some kind of duress, and that's why she did the things that she did. It wasn't because she wanted to, it was because she felt like she was forced to, but I don't think they was able to prove that. I don't think they was able to build good foundation on that. I just don't think they were. But I mean, if they bring 4 or 5 other females up there that all say similar stories, then maybe they can make it work. But as of right now, with what I've heard, I don't think that they could make that work specifically. I don't think that that's something that they could make work specifically. Just my opinion. Any questions? Just my opinion. But like I said, I've only been there one day. Tomorrow we're going to try to have our notes together, and I'll be able to rattle off some stuff straight from the notes. But there's a couple of more things that happened. I think I'm going to maybe do a live tonight and discuss it, depending, and then we'll see. But yeah, no, that's what it is at this point. With that being said, look, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day out there. Keep God first. And we're gonna make sure we're gonna make sure that we're gonna make sure. Oh, that was the wrong button. We're gonna make sure, just so we could be clear, we're gonna make sure. Somebody was in the comment section talking crazy. I haven't even lived in Coney. I've only lived in Coney Island for like 3 years, man. I've only lived in Coney Island for like 3 years. What the hell are you talking about? In any regard. So everybody, please put God first. Have a blessed day. Just do things out there that's worth doing. I'm laughing because somebody told a lie that will make me have to say some stuff that is not for talking right now, and that's not possible. I've only lived in Coney Island for like 3 years, man. Like 3 years. I haven't lived here that long. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. Salute.